One that April with his showers sota, the drought of March hath pierced to the rota, and bathed every vein in such liquor, of which virtue engendered is the fleur. When Zephyrus eke with his sweet breath inspired hath in every holt and heath, the tender croppers and the younger son hath in the ram his half a courser run, with small the fowl and making melody, that sleeping all the night with open eye. So nature pricks them in their courages, then longing folk to go on pilgrimages, the holy blissful martyr for to seek that them hath holpen when that they were seek. Befell that in that season on a day at the Bryant Lake Bowl, as I lay, ready to wend on my pilgrimage to Canterbury with full devout courage, at night was come to that hostelry a dozen in a company of storytellers by adventure, fallen in fellowship, and rock stars were they all, that toward Canterbury would drive. The parkin' at the theatre was kind of a dive, but well we were assayed at best, and shortly when the sun was to rest, so had I spoken with them every one, that I was of their fellowship anon, and made forward early for to rise, to make our way there as I you devise. But nevertheless, while I have time and space, before I further in this tale pace, I think it in accord with reason to tell you all the condition of each of them, as it seemed to me, and who they were, and of what degree, and what array they were in. And with the founder will I now begin. First is Allegra, the traveling monkey. With a sax in her hand, she likes to get funky. With buckets and tap shoes the world shall see. She's rocking that brass, but she hates Kenny G. Fundamentalist asking for money? Fuck it, she ain't a pipeline, she's tipping that bucket. Into words she can vanish as quick as a wraith, exploring the line between reason and faith. Next is a duo, a pair of starched shirts, the upstanding tellers named Laura and Kurt. They understand it's a pop, not a soda, from their intimate ease with the state North Dakota. Lucky for them, sometimes we make passes at both boys and girls in bow ties and glasses. They understand how the two things are linked, and know that a geek and a nerd are distinct. Allison Broran, the mumbling poet, Minnesota slam master, it's true, don't you know it? She's got a flair for those words like no other, and she'll tell you things she never told to her mother. She's not afraid her secrets to share, and she'll marry you if you have medical care. She'll throw down that verse with the greatest of ease, ranting away in the face of disease. Our next one is Fragile, a delicate lotus, the constantly traumatized man named Mike Fotis. He'll share all his grief, we'll get more than a hint of it when he takes us all out for an evening that's intimate. His spontaneous shrieking will leave you agog, and you don't want to face the wrath of his blog. He's a really nice guy, a convivial king, screaming about the most trivial things. Next is a red-headed lion that's brash, a fiery intellect, bearing a dash of impulsive arrhythmia inside her brain, and the name that she goes by is Courtney McLean. Frantic and fearless, she's informally asking what constitutes true normalcy. The Y chromosome may look down on her sex, but she's raising her fist for the old double X. Scream like a groupie and soil your undies. It's time to come down with a case of the Mondays. The lovable loser, little bit scary, a kind of postmodernist leisure suit Larry. Dave may be a guy who talks glibly of heaven, but when it comes to sin, he's a fan of all seven. An obsession with love that's a little uncouth. It's in mankind he seeks to find beauty and truth. Next is a rock star who's kind of a dick for the causes of justice, a reppy named Rick, a real southern rebel who's happy to shower contempt and disgust on the assholes in power. He'll say to those fuckers and all of their boys, bend over, I'll show you a glorious noise. Like a beast that is pacing the floor of his cage, he stalks up and down the boards of the stage, transforming that stage to a Roman arena, his breath to a hurricane, dwarfing Katrina. This one hates theater that comes off too tamey. Her last name is Salloway, first name is Amy. Lampooning the thought of conventional hotties, deconstructing the image we have of our bodies, mocking convenient lies that we've built, the queen of the rulers of all Jewish guilt. She possesses the skill to skirt around bathos, combining the best of both laughter and pathos. Then there's a stand-up, a comic named Ben, who spells his own name with 9 letters, or 10. He's the same age as me, so I'll try not to hate, cause apparently both of us can't catch a date. He understands that if he should shoot his mouth off at God, it's not sinful, it's cute. An atheist clown who believes in the word, he'll use it to laugh at a life that's absurd. Last we have Joseph. His wit is acerbic. His last name is Scrimshaw. It's also a verb. It's a name that evokes the high end of fringe comedy, with also a hint of some character drama. We tolerate this because the dude makes us laugh, and because by himself he composes one half of a team with his brother. They're both pretty nice, helping us validate our drunken vice. Jameson's whiskey and good Irish beer he'll guzzle away till his pants disappear. And then there's me. Some days I wonder who the fuck I think I am, and I don't have a clue what I'm doing all up in this crazy crew. I ain't a comic or a poet or an angsty Jew, and with so much change since 1982, it's kinda hard being Phil LOW, but I, somehow, someway, keep coming up with funky-ass shit like every single day. May I kick a little something for the G's, and make a few moves as a breeze. 2 in the morning, and the party's still jumping cause my parents ain't home. I got maximum verbosity, words at full velocity, no lie, just veracity, almost no mendacity, but now it's time for me to make like a mime. Got to zip up my lips and put the key inside of me.